Alright, in the last class we worked with inventory and setting up our inventory items. That's what we did in the last class. Today, or as we are moving on here right now, we continue from how to issue invoice and receipts. I'm trying to open up our company right now. So this is our company that we created, logging in with the password that we secure it with. So this is the same way if you set password, you'll be logging in to your stuff. And we're using Sage 50 accounting 2015, formerly Peachtree accounting. Okay, so you have one customer from the last, you have one vendor, you have inventory items set up for us, the products, we have an employee and sales rep that's already. We have one employee, one sales rep, and one purchase rep. So we've not done any transaction yet. It's a chart of accounts, bank balances, right? These are bank balances. How do we have this right now? Okay, good. So let's move on to initiate transaction. Like the customer comes, you give them invoice, they pay, you issue receipts for them. So that can be in so many ways, depend on what you are doing. Yes, depend on organization. So I'll just make sure I walk through different method of doing such a thing. So when the customer comes for a transaction for like that, what you need to do is you go to the task, issue a sales invoicing, right? A sales invoicing. So when you come in now, you select the customer. If you don't have a customer already, you add the customer, which you have done from how to register customer records. Okay, so you click here now. All the customers that you have are going to be lifted. So if you don't have the particular customer, if it's a new one, you can just say new and create that customer at this point of transaction. Then you start working with that customer. So here now, select this customer WOVAT. Okay, this is customer address. All these have been generated from the customer address. And today's date is August 9. Luckily, it's a Sunday, but we are doing this August 9. So the due date just a kind of a month. That's why it happens September here. So you can pay within that period of time. So you generate the invoice number, right? So what's the invoice number? Is an invoice number. Then what's the goods? Can be goods, can be services, right? That if it is services, you don't need to specify quantity. If it's services, you just write the name of the services, sorry, description of the services, the amount, and save. But if it's a product, goods, for example, now we have some items here that we already set up. This is what we're selling. It's a product that we have set up from our inventory. And we are saying we have 30 of this installed, that is Sage 50 accounting. Okay, it's a software. Can you see this? Immediately we selected it, it brings all the other information and the selling price per unit. So if this person is buying two of this software, this is a future accounting software that we set up in the earlier class, right? In the previous class only. So if the person need one, just put one here. If the person need two, so automatically say is 100,000 by pressing tab or enter. So if I change it to 3, so automatically change it to 150. If I change it to 4, respectively, and so on. So let's assume this person wants to buy only one of this software. It's a software, right? Then if we are also charging VAT, can you see the VAT systems? So 5% of this is automatically, so you don't even need to think more because we've already set up our system. But if you don't do that, you do what? You remove it, right? But if you are doing it, you do select it, so it will calculate it for you, and you can see the tax authority waiting. Remember we create and we say FRS, so this one is going to tax instantly. It's not part of our sales. That's why the authority is beside waiting. So, and I said something that if you are in shipping sector, maritime sector, So we also have freight expenses, which we didn't say yes. And if you say yes, we can put it. So even though if you didn't say I want to charge it, you can just calculate what the fact is, the freight expenses is. Then you put it. Immediately you put it, it will add it. To add it up. Over. So, but in this class we are not using that. Just telling you the case. It doesn't. So immediately you do this now, you do save. Right? Then you are seeing this message. Said this transaction will cause the customer balance to go over credit limit. Remember I talked about credit limit, right? That's if the credit. Do you understand? The credit limit that despite the fact we are running on a accrual basis that they can hold us, that doesn't mean they hold us 1 billion. Do you understand? So this is the notification we are talking about at that point. So the system is notifying that, oh, this balance will go, that this person is 37,500 above the credit limit. So if you know this person is paying now, you just say continue. Or you go to the default setting, which we have done the other time, and remove it that you don't do any credit limits or you don't want the message to be alert. But if you operate like that in your own business, you do this so that you know, okay, so now we know that okay, it's over and this person is paying right now. So we can just say yes, we understand, right? And system take that for us that we are the one that said we know, right? But that is a very good measure for us. So if you click here now and you go to that customer, Wolfart, okay? Go to that customer and you go to the sales info. Can you see the history? Can you see 52,500? That is, there's a sales. Can you see debit side? It's sales of 52,500, but there's no payment yet. So if it is services, there's a service render of this, but there's no payment yet. So if you want to see the breakdown of this, you can go to this report from here and say customer ledger. Then you have this over SJ sales journal. This is transaction ID, that's which is invoice number. You can double click it, take you back to where you do the transaction and you can see unpaid. So by the time the customer pay, you can see pay now. Apart the customer pay, it's not right on pay when you are trying to look at this transaction again. Do we get that? So here now let's move on quickly. So this is how to issue invoice. Either you are a service company or a product company. For example, now this is a product. We are selling this H50 accounting as a product now. So we are about to sell one now. So it's just left for you to apply it to the way your organization operates, right? So you can see that customer have a debit side. So in the next class, we are going to do receipt when the customer pay. The reason why we're doing like that, if the customer pay instantly, you do the sales and you do the receipts. If he doesn't pay instantly or you pay part payment in the next, anytime it comes again, you update. So in the next class, I'm not going to do that the customer pay once. Only that the customer pays little, so it should evade the little and the time you pay finish. So we are going to do that in the next class. Thank you for listening.